Sorry, I couldn't hear you just now. I couldn't add you to stream. I don't think much is going to happen. So I just spoke to RPC. Well, firstly, they said we're doing an amazing job. So yay to you for that. I don't think much is going to happen.
Sorry, I did the same thing again where I opened the live stream and then it echoes.
You're good. But yeah, we're doing good. The chart camera is going to be connected to this new link too. They're trying to get a better connection, but it should be connected to the new stream link, and they'll let us know when the race is getting started. It should be getting started at 12:15, so we got on this pretty early. So feel free to head off if you want for another
Also,
like
I
half
think
an hour.
they can hear us, like the 17 people watching.
Yeah, I think they can hear us. We're live. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Hi, some people watching. Did the link get spread out? Like, does everyone now?
Yeah, so RPC said they've like sent it out to all the colleges. David has included a link in the description of the original link, YouTube video. Hi everyone.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't think at least McMurtry has got an email sent to everyone, but hopefully the other colleges are.
Yeah, I think the trickle down thing where RPC sends it to like people and then people send it to the college and yeah, that's good. If not,
hi Adisri, who commented in the chat.
Do you know them?
Yeah, Mert. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good. I don't think I have much to say before the race begins. Yeah, we're trying to get the child camera up and running.
I think this angle, like this view, is much better with the tilted slightly that way.
Actually, that's a good point. This is actually a great view because this pretty much shows the entire track.
And I kind of like it. I don't know. Is there a way in which we could have the two track cameras big and then us small? Or do you think this is the best case scenario?
I don't know.
Do you have any preference? Yeah, I was like, if it's possible to make us. But I think it'd be nice not to have to toggle between the two, if possible.
Yeah, I wonder if I remove myself from stream, whether you can still hear me. Let's try. No.
Say something, Leichi. I'm assuming this means if you leave the stream, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Which is fine. I mean, this view is honestly pretty good. My only issue with it is I don't know how we're going to fit the chug. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait until when they come online. We can try it. But this is a great view for looking at the bikers.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that we were able to get that camera turned.
Yeah.
It's also a little trippy to look at it this way, but it's okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of overlap, but it's fine. Like,
no, yeah, I think this is like best case scenario.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get better at this, hopefully, as time goes on.
Oh, someone asked, what are all the teams that race? I'm new to Beer Bike. So the teams going up right now are Jones, Weiss, and sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Jones, Brown, and Weiss, I believe.
Brown, that's it. Somehow I forgot about Brown.
Do you know the order or the position that each of them are going to be in?
It goes Weiss, Jones, then Brown. And so same situation. The first
Weiss
college,
is on the inside?
Weiss is on the inside, Jones is in the middle, Brown is closest to us.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
And luckily, this time their jerseys are real different.
Oh yeah, I was gonna look up the jersey colors.
I put it in our cheat sheet.
Yeah,
just right now though.
I'm opening up the cheat sheet.
So yeah, it seems Weiss is black and yellow, Jones is green,
Green
and
and
Brown is red.
okay. I'm surprised Brown is not brown, but okay. Like you would have, they had one job. Like, come on, your name is the
Okay,
color.
I think brown as like a shirt color is a like design color isn't super. I think it's
Yeah,
really hard to
okay,
find a good shade that is
that's true. It's maybe not the best.
also like can be skin tone, which might be weird.
Yeah.
Look like they're naked. I don't know. I don't like wearing like tan shirts. I feel funny. I had a swimsuit one time. It was not a good shade for me. Just to
Yeah, it'll
say,
be interesting to see if we can get bikers to wear really, really fancy stuff. Whether you can get them to wear like fancy costumes and put
well,
put wings on the bikers and
it will not be aero. I will say sometimes in alumni races, they'll get like kind of silly with what they wear. Like some alumni for McMurtry have biked in a banana suit. Just
oh
because
wow.
because I think, alumni races aren't taken as seriously, when they happen. So then they can have like more fun and like be silly with it. Or if you're Sid Rich, you can just have fun because you want to.
Oh, I guess we'll get to see them tomorrow. So that's um yeah. Do you want to explain the Sid Rich tradition to our viewers?
So Sid Rich, for whatever reason, a lot of years will try to disqualify themselves, and they'll do so in like an absurd and fun way. So when I was a freshman, we actually did a joint team, half McMurtry and half Sid, and we called it Mix Sid. And we did like half of the jerseys, like we literally got two shirts, stitched them together, where half of it was McMurtry and half of it was Sid. And yeah, immediately disqualified. You cannot do that. But we had a good time having like a little bit of Sid. And I think one of the years before that, Sid came and biked in tricycles because why not?
No, I remember that year. I think when they increased the number of wheels by one for each racer. They started with a unicycle, and then they did a bicycle, and then they did a tricycle, and then they did a skateboard, and they finished with an office chair. That was like amazing to watch.
That's so silly. I love it. I like the creativity that people can have. I think it's
Yeah,
really good.
no. But they supposedly have a real team this year, right? So we'll have
Yeah,
to see if that works out for them.
they seem to be trying to race, trying to be competitive. Huh? Oh, okay. I'll say it now before I forget. The person sitting with me said that the three of the Hanson guys who biked all got to 36 miles per hour.
Oh boy, that's very fast.
That's really fast. Can you imagine being on a bike, not going downhill, but going 36 miles an hour?
That's crazy. Yeah, I.
Um, really, really wild. Um, I don't know. I
Yeah,
need
I
to
think I would
stop
be
fangirling
lucky.
over Hanson.
I would be lucky to hit 20 miles per hour when I bike.
Well, if you have a tailwind and you're on a nice enough bike, 20 miles an hour isn't as hard as you think it would be. But it can still, I think the first time you start getting real speed on a bike, it's something else.
Hi, sorry, I've got a message from the chug camera person. I'm just gonna reply to it for a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good. Okay, at least McMurtry has finally got out a new live stream link. Very good.
Great.
Oh, that's
Also,
it.
wow, someone in Boston has gotten a link. That's great. Shout out to Rachel, cheering on Meg and Jones.
Yay. Oh, yeah, why is it just to the... Never mind. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for they will come to the track at what do we got? Oh, at 12 they'll start warming up.
Okay. Yeah, we'll start seeing some excitement then. And again, the women's are going first, right? I believe.
Yes, yeah, women's and then men's. So we're gonna have a warm up at 12, and then the women's race, and then we're gonna have a second warm up for the men's, and then the men's race.
Great. And we'll repeat some of these details closer to the time, just in case some of the viewers join us later on.
Yeah, we're still pretty early.
Okay. Okay, check-in is at 11:45. I've just been told.
Yeah, they'll check in 15 minutes early, so we might start seeing the chuggers start getting set up, the bikers start getting ready. Fun.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still replying to this message.
And I'm particularly excited about this race because I think Jones is one of the teams that can give Hanson men's a run for their money. As we saw in the last race, Hanson won by over a lap, but I think Jones will be close. Will be close. If Hanson men's lose, it'll be to Jones, and that's exciting to see this race. But also, yeah, with penalties, anyone can win.
Excellent point.
I don't know.
And I'm just going to go ahead and give a shout out to grad students who are watching this right now. The GSA race is until tomorrow, but we appreciate you coming. I know for a long time the undergrads have not welcomed our presence at Beer Bike, but I like to think that some of us have fun at this. And yeah, I think this year will be pretty competitive as well with all the different teams. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the grad students normally do pretty well when it comes to biking. Grad students also are like a part of the Rice University cycling and triathlon team. So like, so the undergraduates who compete with grad students, and they travel together. They're part of the same team. So in the biking community, I feel like there's some good camaraderie between undergrads and grad students.
That's awesome.
Oh, do I have an echo?
Oh, I hear an echo from you.
Still?
Not now.
Okay. If you hear it again, I'm not entirely sure what I would do. Maybe log out, come back. But if you hear it again,
you're good.
Let me know. Yeah, I wish I had those. They said I could wear AirPods or headphones to help with the echo.
Wait, you don't have headphones?
They're just, the microphone on them is really bad.
Okay. I was like, how did you do your med school interviews?
Like this. I did my med school interviews like this.
Okay, fair.
Without them.
Without the purple hair, yeah.
Without the purple hair. I had some like events lately. You know, we have like second looks for med schools, so I've been meeting some of the new students. And I had to give like a disclaimer that like I recently dyed my hair, and some of them were like, "Oh, wow, yeah, we were wondering how you got in like this." I mean, fair, but that's funny.
Yeah. Have you decided on which med school you're going to, Alicia?
I'm leaning heavily towards UPenn. So people in Philly, if you know the pandemic ends and you want to hang out with me, hit me up.
There's probably a bunch of Rice alum in Philly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. I'm very sure. I'm excited. There seems to be a couple other. A couple other people from my year going to UPenn next year. So.
Oh, great!
I'm excited to at least have some friends.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is one of those states I've never been to, which, to be fair, is most US states. As an international student, I just haven't traveled around this country much.
You've been to Boston, so you've been to the Northeast.
Yeah, Boston is probably my favorite city in the US, although Colorado is probably my favorite state.
Colorado is beautiful. Mountains are really fun.
Yeah.
A
And I
mountain bike
think the
that would be
tide
awesome.
water just tastes really good.
Hmm. Yeah, makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about all the good water I've had. My sister works in Stockholm, and their water there, or she used to work in Stockholm, I should say. The water was really good.
I'm trying to remember when I was in Stockholm. I don't think I tasted the water that much. What was I drinking? I don't know. To be fair, I was only there for like 2 days.
Okay, that's fair. Um, I spent like a couple summers there. But yeah,
Oh,
Boston, I
yeah.
think is an awesome college town. Like it's such a like young and vibrant community, I feel like. I wish I was better at small talk, but this is fun.
It's all good. I'm kind of curious about how in-person emceeing is. Ooh, Rachel, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to see what your comment is in response
I think Boston.
to boss. Oh, right, of course, that makes a lot of sense. That
Yeah, no, I in person emceeing is always really interesting because they're in really big right towers, and so they're the only people who can see the entirety of the track. But because they're so far away, nobody can hear them. Like unless you're standing kind of by where the speakers are, you cannot hear the MCs because everyone's screaming and cheering and chanting, which is unfortunate because they're normally pretty funny. Like definitely funnier than I am. Um, but I'm glad, I don't know, that MCs can be heard this year. One of the benefits of being virtual is more people can actually see the track and hear the MCs.
I think you raised a good point about having streams in future years, even if we have in-person beer bikes, just for people who can't make it. Then we probably need live stream commentary MCs there too.
Yeah, and I think it'd be good. I think some of these things, we're learning from the pandemic should definitely be continued because they normally record the races anyway. So I don't think it'd be like so much of an extra setup just to always have them live streamed, for the family and the folks that can't get out and the alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I imagine we'll see a lot more viewers come in at 11:45 when the check-in starts, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Presumably.
Thanks, Rachel.
Can you say
Appreciate the
race?
sentiment.
It's concerning me. Oh, I see Nick's family is commenting or is on.
Oh, the last
Shout
name
out to the
makes
Coupes.
sense.
If
Well, I imagine they would want to watch you and Nick race tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. Oh, nice! Someone coming in from Austin. Super fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're about 10 minutes away from the check-in. So we might see a few people start to trickle in. I see a few like things happening on the track and on the other side of the track. It seems like some bikers and some people have started to trickle on in.
Yeah. So actually, Alicia, why don't you walk us through this whole kind of check-in process as people are trickling in? Like, do you normally start to get hyped like an hour before the race, and you like have to have your like favorite McDonald's burgers? Well, given that you're a vegetarian, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good idea to try to have a little bit of like easily digestible carbs. I know someone who used to like drink honey from our team. I don't know, it's a little weird, but yeah, have something that's easy to digest, like, I don't know, a banana, something easy, something healthy, something that, is not going to weigh you down. At least for our college, I'm assuming many other colleges are doing the same, but they're going to do like chants and a cheer, like a send off for the bikers before they come down. It's really customary for a lot of people to like paint their bodies and the colors corresponding to their colleges. So probably a lot of students from the colleges are all painted up, and then the bikers will come out, they'll cheer on their team, do some chants. All colleges have chants, like Jones blows goats, or Jones once again. Jones every year, normally non-pandemic, always throws a victory party. When or not, they're throwing a victory party. So some of these traditions, you get hyped beforehand, and then they'll come in, all the chuggers, the pit crew, the bike teams will come in and they'll check in, just to make sure they're there. I'm not sure if they're doing it this year, but in years past, we've had like numbers on our back so that you can tell like your order. So the first person going will have a number 1 on the back. The second person going will have number 2. So everyone can see which biker. So if you do get lapped, we know, who it is.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, it would have been helpful for us on the last race if they were wearing their big papers. But that's normal in normal years. And then after that, after they check in, they'll spin, do some warm-up laps, get a feel for their wind, and just like do everything to get themselves mentally and physically ready to, bike as hard as they can for those, 2 minutes approximately. And then afterwards, their lights will be dead, and then they'll be ready to party. It's always funny that like bikers, you can't show up in normal years to the race. Like you cannot have drunk alcohol before the race. They like will breathalyze you. Like they do random breathalyzations in normal years because, well, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it's probably dangerous for the cyclists and for everyone around the track.
Yeah. And most cyclists won't even drink like the day before, just, trying to get your body in like good condition. And so they'll go hard like right after the race.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Celebrate, and hopefully this year celebrating safely.
Yeah, with the COVID restrictions. Well, hopefully with the 50-person limit, you can still get the whole team together and do something. I mean,
and it's exciting that now most of the colleges has at least 1 vaccination. So I feel like we're coming close.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, big shout out to Rice here. Like, as much as we complain about the administration sometimes, they did a good job of getting us vaccinated. So
yeah, no kidding. Shout out to Big Rice.
They did good. Just a couple of comments coming in on the stream. With regards to the chuggers, we're working to get the chug camera set up with a better internet connection, and I'm going to try and bring it up here more actively when they're chugging, because I know a lot of people want to see the chugging action. It's fun. I want to see it too. Sometimes it just happens so quickly, I miss it. So I'm going to try and do better to spot it. Do some people still Iron women, Iron men?
This year, no, because the chuggers and the bikers have to be kept separate because they're on different sides of the track, and crossing the track is a safety concern. But I think in previous years it has happened.
Do you know why they're on different sides of the track this year?
So to keep it under 50 people. So you can't have more than 50 people in one area. So one way of getting around that is just having 2 completely separate areas.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. There's plenty of space to social distance around that entire track, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So it's just all about trying to increase, distance between people.
But was there a rule about Iron Men or Iron Womaning where you could only chug before you bike, or the other way around? I can't quite remember, like in normal years.
I think it didn't matter. Like, I think you could chug before you bike, or bike before you chug.
Well, I guess as long as you don't chug beer, because if you
presumably
it won't be a good idea to chug beer and then bike.
I'm not sure if anyone actually chugged for themselves, though. Like, I think if people want to do both,
you chug for yourself?
I don't think so.
And a terrible strategy.
Yeah, and I don't think it's normal. Like, I don't think if people want to chug, they'll chug for somebody else later.
That makes sense. Yeah, I seem to remember.
You're gonna get thrown. Like, I think it would mess up a lot of things. Where do you throw the bottle? Like, I don't know. I feel like those logistical issues. But it's at least trying to answer Amy's question. And if people did used to chug for themselves, if you put in the comments how that went down, I would love to know.
Yeah.
Oh, also, do you think we should reintroduce ourselves for people who maybe are like just tuning in for this race?
Yeah. I was going to give it a couple of minutes.
Oh yeah, we can give it like 5 minutes. Try to get a few more to sprinkle in. How many? We have like about 100 watching at the last race? Or do you know how
I
many?
think we have close to 200.
Close to 200? Curious, like just trying to figure out what numbers we're like probably gonna reach. Jiba!
Yeah.
I
We'll
love all the college pride that we always see in the chats.
Yes, we are seeing a lot of that today from all different kinds of colleges and alumni as well from all over the country and maybe even the world. Yeah,
I think
which
it's
is
one of like I think it's one of the great things about Rice is that we're all in our college. We're all like so deeply like connected to our. Well, a lot of us are very deeply connected to our resident colleges, and we keep that pride. It continues with us. It's nice to have these little families within a bigger system.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, trying to remember that we're all Rice students. Like we have
Yes, it can be difficult.
in colleges, undergrads, grad students, but we're all Rice students, and I'm sure, like Alicia mentioned, the Rice bike team has fun together, regardless of which colleges that or grad students they're from.
Absolutely. So just as like another update, reminder, colleges are starting to check in now. The warm up will begin at noon, and then the bike race will begin shortly after. So yeah, 12 Central Time. I like seeing the little like pods of people on the track.
Yeah, it's definitely way too small that we can't make out individual people. But at least it seems like we're still able to tell which team is where. If not from their color, from the position of they're on the bike track. So yeah.
I really like that they kept like the owl logo in the middle of the dome, like exposed. It's kind of nice to see the owl and the rice right in the middle of the track.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we've kind of officially moved into the check-in window now, which is great.
Yeah. So for those coming in, we're Weiss, Jones, and Baker. Oh my God, Weiss, Jones, and Brown biking now. I was like, I knew I was going to mess it up. And so Weiss will be biking on the inside, or will be starting from the inside of the track. Jones from the middle and Brown from the outside.
Right. And the position on the tracks is a very helpful way of telling these teams apart during the actual race.
Or at least during the throws and the coming in.
Yeah.
We can see.
Okay, awesome. I guess the bikers are warming up. I'm guessing that's what we're seeing on the track right now.
Yeah, so all the female bikers should be getting out into the track, stretching their legs, getting a feel for the wind. It seems like the sun came out. It's much warmer than it was this morning.
Oh, great. We've got a much better camera available for Chug Station now. We're just going to go ahead and... Oh, that does look better.
Is it like fuzzy just for you, or is that...
No, I think it's kind of fuzzy for me too.
I mean, it's definitely more clear than it was, for sure. And like, I think, you know, if we have the people standing behind the track instead of in front, it'll definitely like be easier to see.
Huh. No, I guess I was thinking the main improvement is that we can definitely see all three chuggers now. So,
do they move the stands closer together, or is it just like an optical illusion?
That's a great question. I like to say I think it's an optical illusion because on the other cameras, they don't seem to be any different than what they were in the last race.
Oh yeah, that's true. It just makes it look so much closer, doesn't it?
I know. Like, it's okay. I suck at physics. So the schedule for the rest of the day is we're gonna have Weiss, Jones, and Brown. First the women's race, and then followed by a short break, and then the men's race. And tomorrow, the first race will be having Sidridge, Levitt, and Martel in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, McMurtry, Duncan, and GSA. Again, with women's going first, and then men's.
And the races start at the same time they did today. So warm-up starts at 9, and then the second warm-up starts at 12. So like the warm-up for the first block of colleges is from 9. The races are at right after 9, 9:15, and then again at 10. And then the next races start warming up at noon. And then, you know, first races are right after. And then the men's will be around 1.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully everything goes smoothly to plan. So far, I think in the first bout of races, things have gone fairly smoothly. And I think credit needs to be given to RPC for that, for just organizing all of the setup, as well as the Rise Athletics department. They've done a great job of setting up the live streaming equipment here as well, amongst other things. Hopefully it goes well for the second bout as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm excited for this next round of bikers, and I'm curious to see who will win and by how much, or like at least who will win on the track, how they will look. We were talking about this earlier, but the final results will be released later because of penalties that can be acquired by having wet chugs, basically spilling as you drink. That can really affect the final times.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Mert Pride going in the chat by someone named PP Poo Poo.
Actually, I feel like the current view we have is pretty good of the cameras. Alicia, when you say so, or if anyone has comments about how we might be able to do things differently, feel free to leave it in the chat. I'm just thinking it's a nice view because we can see all of the chuggers and the entire bike track.
Yes, I agree. I think this view of the track is much better. And they said the chug camera is off just for a moment as they try to get a clearer, resolution.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think it'll be possible still? Do you think we should keep it up like this, Lychee, or will it be possible to like toggle at times if we want to full screen?
I think I might minimize the chug screen when chug isn't happening. and just so that we can see the bikers more clearly. But otherwise, I think between the two cameras on the track, we've got the whole track covered, I think. So we should be able to see the bikers no matter where they are.
Oh, and I promise we're not being narcissistic. If we could, we would make our faces smaller, but we haven't been able to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a setting I really wish I do. I admit that I'm sure everyone here would be much rather looking at the bikers than looking at our faces. That's not the point of their bike. But yeah, it's just how the system is set up.
Also, I just want to send a friendly reminder to keep the chat PG. We don't know where all people are streaming in from. Also, little siblings could be here, so just keep it nice, keep it friendly.
Yeah. And remember, big love for the Big Rise community at the end of the day. No matter where we are, alumni, grad student, undergrad, or even prospective students,
Yeah, we are one Rice. I'm having to stop myself, but for those that don't know, I'm from McMurtry, and sometimes just being at any residential college, it's hard not to be so your residential college centered. Trying to be impartial and be unbiased is difficult, but we will try.
No, I'm with you on that again. Honestly, I was thinking for tomorrow's race between McMurtry, Duncan, and GSA, it's gonna be a hard time for me to know who to support during the women's race, given that you're biking. I've got friends who are biking for the GSA as well, so it's gonna be a tough one. But you know what? I hope everyone has fun.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually think the GSA women's team got put together pretty well. They had some problems kind of getting a team together in the beginning, but they managed it pretty well, and I'm looking forward to their performance tomorrow.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed by the resilience of all the captains. We weren't entirely sure what beer bike was going to look like, how many people were going to be allowed to race. It changed a lot. Even in the last month, the number has changed. So getting enough bikers who know how to feel comfortable and safe on a bike was a feat. And almost all the teams really came through. And I don't know, shout out to the bike captains is what I'm saying. And the chat captains. It went well. Yeah, the beer bike cords have done a lot to help make things run smooth. So big shout outs.
Yeah. Okay, I see the flag. Is that correct me if I'm wrong, but is that the Weiss flag we're seeing in the chart camera now?
I think Weiss is black and yellow, so that would make sense.
Okay, yeah. Someone's doing a practice chug, I think, from a bottle of water.
I mean, hydrate or dihydrate, I suppose.
Cool. So it looks like everyone is getting set up. Who crashed this morning? Do you remember, Alicia?
It was Baker, but I don't know the student's name.
Yeah.
But they were. It was. Oh, was it the first or second Baker? But I think the second. I don't. It wasn't their first biker. But they seemed okay. At least they walked away. They weren't carried away, so they were mobile immediately after the crash.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen that happen in throwing before. Throwing can be, especially dangerous. It can definitely be dangerous and it's scary. It's so scary. But I think they were okay, and all the other throwing went smoothly. When we did our mixed, we had a girl fall during throwing, and I've been so scared with my team and throwing. I've just been preaching, be stable. I would rather us be stable than be faster.
Yeah, because I mean, the crash, aside from obviously the potential for injury and stuff, would also really hurt your chances of winning as well.
Yes, it takes a lot. You end up a lot of times the entire lap behind the other teams.
Oh wow! Okay.
Because by the time they get the person up and off, and the other person get up, and then pit crew needs to take a moment. like I think it's hard to expect someone to throw somebody else after, just witnessing a crash. You have to be a little, I don't know, sympathetic to that experience. But cool, it looks like the race will be starting relatively soon.
Yes. And just a quick note about the chart camera, in case you're wondering why things are a bit fuzzy. Those are the heat waves coming off the ground, which I'm sure many of you would know is just Houston weather and humidity for us. That's unfortunately or fortunately something we have to deal with. But I think we can still see the chuggers, which I guess is the main point of this.
So I think is that Brown closest to us for the chuggers?
Oh man, that's a great question, actually.
I think it should be like Weiss is in the black and they're the far end. And then Jones should be in the middle chuck stand. And then Brown is closest to us, if I had to guess.
Okay, let me try and full screen that to see if we can can't quite tell. Do you know if the jersey colors are the same for the chalk team and the bike team? I didn't think they were.
Oh, they're similar. I just looked and I just like cross-referenced. And it said that Brown would be wearing gray, and that Weiss would be in black, and Jones would be in green, I think. That doesn't quite look gray to me, but it looks gray-esque. Oh no,
okay,
Jones is in
official
purple.
confirmation on the shirt colors, which would be massively helpful. Okay, I think that is the Weiss flag, right? The black and yellow flag.
Yeah, the black and yellow is Weiss. Jones is in purple. I misspoke. And then I think that blue is Brown. That bluish gray.
Yeah. So I guess the earlier flag that I saw that was white and yellow is Jones, I'm guessing. I sure hope I'm not like getting these wrong. That I am.
Yeah, I think. Okay, and I definitely don't want to miss the start of this race. So we'll.
Yeah,
it should start in the next like 10, 15 minutes.
Jones is definitely not white and yellow. Thanks for the clarification. I'm sorry. You can tell I'm a bit new to this. Jones has a green and purple flag. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't caught eye of the Jones flag yet. But I think they should be coming up to their chuck stand relatively soon. But I can kind of see them in purple in the back, and I think their chuck stand is in the middle, and no one's there.
Okay, so we'll just give them a few minutes. I think the race is scheduled to begin at 12:15, so they've still got some time to get ready and
But I think we should, for those who are just tuning in, I'm Alicia. I am a senior from McMurtry. I've biked twice already for beer bike, so my freshman and sophomore year, and then COVID happened, and now this is my third year biking, and I'm very excited. So tune in tomorrow to see the other half of the colleges, bike and compete and chug.
Yeah. I'm Lychee. I will also be emceeing tomorrow. I'm a third-year graduate student in the Biosciences department, and welcome to Beer Bike 2021, which is taking place in this rather unorthodox format. And we also apologize for the technical difficulties earlier that led to a difference in the stream link, but we're very glad that all of you could join us here at the new link. Tomorrow's link will still be the same if you've received that. So, and hopefully we will be able to avoid the same challenge and keep it all on one link tomorrow.
So yeah, as someone mentioned, the women are warming up now. And so they're getting a feel for the wind, they're stretching their legs, they're spinning, getting themselves mentally and physically ready to do the competition of a lifetime. And so
The Wise chuggers are in a black shirt.
Yeah, Weiss is in black, all the way at the far
brown
end.
chuggers are in gray.
Right. So I think that's what we're seeing is it looks blue to us.
Right. Okay, but
but
it's actually gray. Okay,
I
that
think
would
it's
be
actually
why.
gray. And then
Okay.
Jones will be in purple for chugging in the middle. The bikers, Jones are wearing green. The Weiss is wearing black and yellow, and Brown is wearing the reddish color.
Yes.
And then for those, we said it before, but we'll say it again. Weiss will be in the far inside. Jones will be in the
yeah.
So yeah, in the where you see the lanes, so Weiss will be starting closest to where you see the green field area. That's where Jones, oh my God, Weiss will start. And then Jones will start in the middle, and Brown will start closest to where the chuggers are, closer to the outside of the track. And then they'll race in and they'll all get, on the same track, and then they'll come in where they left. So Weiss will come in on the inside, Jones will come in the middle, and Brown will come in on the end, on the outside.
Right.
And so that'll be, immensely helpful as we try to pinpoint who is who, who's coming in when, who's in the lead, who's trailing, who's passing who.
Yeah. And in response to multiple visitors' comments about making the track screens bigger, so our plan is to remove the chalk screen once the chugging has been finished so that we can give more space to the track screens. Yeah. Thank you, Pat, for the live commentary.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Pat. Pat is an alumni from Hansen. He was a captain for Hansen for a little bit and really helped to get the Hansen bike culture up and running.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
Yeah, and he knows his stuff. He's pretty fast. And he knows a lot about biking. He also helped with bike certification last week. So, been a big help. Shout out to Pat Brain.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I've gotten comments saying that it's hard to see the bikers because of how small they are. So we can try to toggle and make it bigger, the track bigger when we can.
Yeah, so we're thinking of perhaps having this layout during the biking races, and or if that's insufficient, we can remove on a
Definitely for start, we need to see the checkers, but eventually. Is it possible to make maybe the left side big and us small just in case we need it, maybe on the final lap?
Let's see. Oh. No, although what I think could be possible is if I remove one of us from the stream and then the other person has it with the big track for a bit of time. Yeah, that might work too.
Okay. But yeah, I guess we can go back. Let's see the chuggers.
Yep, I'll put them back on. Sorry. I wonder if we have any audio coming from there as well. Let's see. Oh, they chose to mute themselves. Sorry. There's probably a lot going on at the ground. Just fair.
Oh yeah, yes. Beer bike is today and tomorrow. Right now we're having Jones, Weiss, and Brown. Tomorrow we're having Lovett, Sid, Rich, and Martell, and then McMurtry, Duncan, and GSA.
That's right. So I believe the purple shirts are the Jones Chuck team. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, purple is Jones, the black is Weiss, and the bluish gray is Brown.
Yes. Okay.
And again, Weiss will be on the inside of the track when they get thrown, so when they start and cross the finish line, so when they start and when they cross the finish line. Jones is in the middle, and Brown is on the outside. And so that'll be helpful to see who's starting and who's coming in. I like how people crop their shirts. I always love the different ways they stylize the beer bike shirts. But yeah, the race should be starting soon at 12:15. So 7 or 8 more minutes.
Yeah. So a strong north to south wind, according to Pat. So it seems like this morning's races had a really strong winds. I think that
yes,
that was
this morning. Yes, this morning winds were pretty extreme. I think the bikers still did really good despite the wind, but it was definitely windier and colder this morning than it is right now. The sun has come up, the wind has calmed down a little bit. You know, it's these conditions that will make it difficult to compare the times across the races. But, you know, it's still fun at the end of the day. We're happy to be out here. We're happy to be biking. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the recipes and also to one of my co-captains, Jack. But yeah, I'm excited. And also, the wind is supposed to shift tomorrow. So instead of having north wind, we're supposed to have south wind, which let's see how big of a difference that will make at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's also supposed to be just a tad bit warmer tomorrow. So we'll see. Typically, we like it hot and humid because it decreases like air density, so you can go a little bit faster. Science.
Oh. I would have thought it was just more difficult to bike when it's hot just because you get all sweaty and then it's annoying. But that makes sense.
Yeah. It's funny, all the things, you know, we take into consideration to like increase our aerodynamics and, you know, all the things that can go into our favor to make us faster on a bicycle.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. So for you, do you use your own bike for that? Or I guess I'm curious about how the bikes are provided or how they work there.
Yeah, so each college has like a set of bikes that the teams can use. We were lucky this year. We actually were able to purchase a lot of new bikes for us. We purchased them used, but we were able to acquire more bikes for the team. And so, yeah, all the colleges have like a bike closet full of bikes in all different sizes. They have shoes, like special shoes that enable the bikers to clip in to the bikes. We have helmets, jerseys that are provided. So anyone who's just getting started will have almost everything they need to get out on the track and to learn. A lot of the people who, you know, have the means, you know, like are in a financial situation to afford a bike and want to end up purchasing their own bike.
Oh, wow. Would you say that's common?
So for the girls team, we have 2 of our 5 people who have their own bike, and I think it's the same for the men. Just our team have 3 of 5 on their own bike, and I think so. It's like about maybe a little bit less than half will end up purchasing their own bike. It is, you know, a big financial commitment. It's hard to find a good road bike for under $500, and I know people who have spent. I know somebody who has a bike like close to $6,000, $7,000. So they go up there.
I'm glad it's able to provide the bikes otherwise, because yeah, I feel like personally for myself, I'm not sure I would have that amount of cash. Not that my pathetic biking abilities would ever get me into a bike team, but okay. Well, I guess we're getting really close to the start of the race now. You can see the brown chuggers doing warm-up squats on the chart camera there. And yeah, all 3 chart teams are there, and I think hopefully they're almost ready to start. This is not a rerun. I think we're all watching this live.
Okay, yeah. Are the bikers positioned?
Oh,
Oh yeah, the bikers are starting to get positioned. I think, are they doing one final warm-up lap? I think they're doing one final warm-up lap. It's hard
okay.
to tell with all the bikers now swarming the track. Pat, let us know.
I mean, I don't think I've seen any chugging so far, so I don't think the race has begun.
No, I don't think the race has begun. I want to say this is just one final warm-up lap.
If it's okay, I might remove the bike screens from the screen right now, just so we can focus on the chugging at the start of the race.
Well, I guess at least keep one, because I feel like it'll
Yeah.
happen fast. It'll happen fast. Actually, can you keep the other one?
Yeah, actually, no, I removed it and then I realized it made more sense to keep the other one. It's all good.
There we go. And again, I just want to apologize. We are not this narcissistic. We would definitely minimize our faces if we could and make the bikes bigger, the bike track bigger. We do not know how to. So I'm apologizing. You have to look at my face. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and remove myself, Alicia, to see if that makes visibility better for everyone. If you're fine with commentating by yourself for a little bit.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's the same size. So not helpful. Oh, that's better. That looks, I think, well, are people fine? Oh, and that was quick. If you could, I guess, toggle like right after they start chugging back, I think that'll be good. When Lychee is not, oh yeah, you can hear.
Okay, this is a lot better. How did
Oh
we
yeah,
not
this is
figure
great.
out? Okay, this is on me.
Yeah, and you can, it seemed like you were able to toggle them really quickly.
Yeah, I think ooh, okay. Yeah, I think I can just drag and drop them whenever. There we go.
Great, perfect. Sorry, this is a new system, like everything else this year, and we're trying to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
Trying to get the best viewing experience for everyone. Also, for those who weren't here, the resolution is as good as it can get. There are heat waves coming, and that's why the chugging looks less clear.
Yeah.
Than it otherwise could have. It's hot and humid in Houston. Y'all know this.
You're on track with the finish line. We promise we'll get it to you guys. Our plan is to have it up. We're just doing the entrance lap for the start of the race, and then we'll get the track with the finish line up there. Apologies for that.
We promise.
But Alicia, do you think they can see the throw from this screen? That's what I'm not sure about.
I want to say no, but they'll see the final they'll see the final push of the throw. And I think
I guess that's the more important thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I think it is interesting to see them coming around that first corner. And then as soon as they finish that turn, we can toggle back to the full how we were.
Will do. Yeah.
With all three screens. And then maybe at the very end we can toggle just to the end, like at the very end of the race.
Race starting in 5 minutes announcement. So yeah, for those who are just joining us, we were originally scheduled to start at 12:15 for this race between Weiss, Jones, and Brown. But that's been slightly postponed by 5 minutes. Yeah, the women's race for Weiss, Jones, and Brown. Race starting.
Race starting in 30 seconds.
I'm guessing it'll be pretty clear when the chuggers get on
ready.
So do you have to be on the hot stand to be chugging? I'm guessing that's a rule.
Yes, and I think you want to so that you are visible. I think Pee Pee Poo Poo is just a troll. I am unsure.
Yeah. No. Okay, race starting. I think Patrick might have a.
Yeah, Patrick is, I think, a more reliable source. No offense to Pee Pee Poo Poo. who is spamming the chat. That is okay. So Pat is commenting, he's mentioning chug penalties. So for those that don't know, when they drink, out of the can, if they spill any water on themselves, known as a wet chug, they'll get a 15-second time penalty, which is enormous as it only takes about 5 seconds to actually chug the water. A false start penalty that he mentioned is a 10-second penalty. And to address North Pole visitor, no, you will not be able to hear us if our screens aren't displayed. Again, we apologize that you have to look at our faces. And then I've gotten a private chat saying that they believe the chugging should be minimized as the resolution isn't clear anyway. We will have it small during the race, but just to start, we want to see it big.
So I do think we didn't give the chuggers adequate attention in the previous race, for which I'm sorry about. And we're going to at least try and cover them for the start, the few seconds during which they're chugging, and then we'll switch back to the biking as soon as that happens.
Oh, who's officiating penalties and judging? I think like RPC has like line judges and different judges positioned around. But yes, so the race should be starting in 2 minutes. Is that the?
Yes, so I've received a confirmation from RPC that the race will be starting at 12:20 Central Time.
Oh, I just maxed. I was looking at the screen on minimize. I just did a full screen.
Oh my gosh, how many screens can I add here? Anyway, so there's a front shot camera as well. I'm gonna try.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this is
actually
what do you guys think?
It's a little bit more clear actually in resolution.
Yeah, but it's slower. That's the issue, because I think this is from a phone camera.
Yeah, I think the real time is what. Oh, it's starting. It's starting. And see, are they going to do the cheer? The normal, the 40 yards out, the 30 yards out? No. Ready, set, chug, 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 chug. Okay, let's toggle back. Let's toggle back, Lychee. Okay. Go, go, go.
Let's go for the races. Okay.
And they're off. So there goes Weiss, and then Jones, and Brown coming in third for the very start. Can you get the back half of the track?
Yes, I'm trying to get it on there now. Okay.
Okay, it looks like they kept their leads. Jones fast approaching Weiss, and Brown trailing behind.
Okay, and
they're maintaining it. Okay, Jones is coming close to Weiss. Might overtake by the second lap. And remember, this is girls, so girls are doing 2 laps. The Jones is, the gap is closed. The gap is closing. Will Jones overtake? Will you toggle back?
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
My bad.
Okay, they're really close. They're really close.
Really close, man.
Is that Brown passing? I think Brown's passing. We'll see. We'll see when they come in. Oh wow, that's a good sized lead.
That yeah. Okay.
But let's see if it'll be.
So this is the end of the second lap, right? So
this is the end of the second lap, so they should be coming in. They are really neck and neck. They're very close together. But yes, the chugging should be starting very soon. As soon as they cross the finish line, which is that first horizontal line, the chugging will start.
Okay, so is that who's in the lead there?
That seems to be Brown. Brown came in
Right?
first.
Okay, so
Brown and
all
then
three of them
Jones and
have
then
crossed.
Weiss.
Okay, the chugging has commenced and
And it's done. They're off. They're
we'll go
off.
back. So why do I only? Okay, so Weiss was a bit
Okay,
slower.
Weiss was a bit slower. But there we go. I think we have Jones out in front and then Brown right behind.
Okay, do you think Weiss was maybe hurt by the chugger's performance, or was
it looks like it was either chugging or communication. But yeah,
okay?
Weiss was definitely hurt during that second throw.
That's unfortunate.
They lost.
Okay,
Yeah, they lost a lot of time. Yeah, Weiss is trailing by.
Oh, Weiss is really trailing. Ooh.
By quite a bit of a margin. Let's see if they'll be able to overcome that. That's not insurmountable.
No.
They could come back, but yeah, as it stands, they're pretty far behind.
So the second riders have just completed their first lap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm gonna toggle back to the front screen. I'm sorry, Weiss. Whoa.
Oh, if y'all, the Thresher posted predictions from both the captains and the team, like the rest of the university on the order people will come in. And Weiss was predicted to come in 11th place, 11th out of 12th. So they are meeting expectations via the voting that was done, as is published in the Thresher. Which
okay, someone seems to have a huge lead now.
That looks to be Jones. Jones has a huge lead.
Okay.
Jones, and then we have Brown coming in right now. Oh, and Jones is off. Jones is off.
We've lost the chug cameras for some reason. We're trying to get it back up. Sorry about that.
Jones has a huge lead, and then Brown is coming. They're coming for them.
And Weiss is still trying to catch up.
Yeah. Weiss has not yet started their third biker.
Ooh.
So yeah, Weiss has quite a bit of ground to make up now. Here we can see in the corner, Brown and Jones are getting set up in the pit.
For their fourth?
Their fourth bikers. Yes, their fourth bikers are getting set up. Okay, Weiss is off. Weiss has about half of, Weiss has quite a bit of ground to make up, but Jones has a pretty big lead. Jones now has almost an entire straight of the track lead ahead of Brown.
So Jones and Weiss, or Jones and Brown have just completed the first lap of their third biker, is that right?
Yes, that is my understanding.
Okay.
Jones really out there. Yes, Jones has quite a big lead over Brown at the moment. But we'll see. They still have, I think, 2 more bikers. So we'll see if it switches. And I think this is Weiss you're seeing right in front. Oh, Jones is not that far away from lapping Weiss. Okay, here's Jones is coming in with their third biker, and the fourth biker is about to start. Let's see. The chugging would have happened. And they're off. Okay, and here comes in Brown. And now Brown is off.
Oh, no.
That Brown girl is coming in fast. Look at her go. So speedy. But that is still quite a bit of a distance for them to make up.
Yeah, it seems like Jones here has a huge lead there, but maybe Brown can catch up. We're gonna toggle back to the backtrack cameras, and again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try and pull up the chuggers once more because.
And Weiss is coming in now.
Weiss is coming in, so we should be seeing their chugger. Oh, their chugger just finished. Sorry.
Chugging happened so fast, and there's Weiss is off.
Weiss is off. Is this the first lap of their fourth biker? Is that right?
Yes, that's the first lap of their fourth biker. Jones is about to do their second lap of their fourth biker. So Jones is about to lap Weiss. Look how close they are.
Okay,
and there comes Brown. There comes Brown.
In behind Jones here.
What a race! What a race! Very exciting. Yeah, Brown has quite a distance to make up. I like from this screen, you can kind of see the chuggers on the bottom, which is fun. So here comes Weiss, their fourth girl doing their second lap. And then here Jones is coming in with their fourth girl having finished their second lap and then starting on their fifth and final girl. And here comes in Brown. Really, Brown is not that far off. Oh, there she goes. Oh, Brown is done. Oh, that was a fast chug.
That was a fast chug, yeah.
And there goes Weiss, and there's Brown. Is that Jones out front? Oh, I lost them.
Yeah, I think it seems like Jones has a pretty sizable
lead. I agree. It seems like Jones has a pretty sizable lead over the next two races. Jones seems to be the people who will give Hansen a run for their money. For those that missed the first race, Hansen won both the men's and women's by pretty good margins, but right, it could always change from penalties, from chugging and false starts. So we will see.
Weiss
is just coming in. Is that Weiss? Yeah, Weiss is coming in from, I guess, their fourth girl finished her second lap.
Yes.
And now the fifth Jones girl is starting her second lap. And yes. Brown is also starting their second lap for their fifth girl.
Okay.
So it seems that Weiss has been lapped twice? Once or twice?
I think just once. Yeah. I think.
No, because they have two more laps and the rest of the girls only have one. So they've been lapped once. Yes, they've been lapped one time.
Okay, so yeah, at this point, I think Jones has a pretty good lead. Although I don't know.
Jones is coming in. This should be
the lead seems to be shortening, if you ask me.
Yeah, the lead between Jones and Brown is not far at all. Brown has really done.
Oh wow!
An astounding performance.
Biker from Brown, they've done.
Oh, is Brown overtaking? Oh my goodness! Oh, that's close. Oh wait, no, that was Weiss. There's Brown.
Oh. Okay.
The Weiss girl was fast. That last Weiss girl was fast.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, but Jones had still a pretty good lead over Brown. Also, there really needs to be a clarification of when the finish line is because I think different colleges are doing different things.
Okay, well, I believe that. Well, okay, so the fifth biker from Weiss is just coming in.
Yes, Weiss is coming in. This should be their last lap. That last Weiss girl was pretty fast. Their anchor was good.
Yeah. Okay, she's crossed the finish line, I believe. So I think we're done with this race. Is that right?
Yep, that's it. So the on-track results are Jones, then Brown, then Weiss.
Yeah, good job to all of the bikers and chuggers. I thought that was amazing. I'm glad there were no crashes in this bout.
Yes.
Everyone did good. I thought we saw some pretty close, pretty tight racing as well.
And so the men will start warming up shortly, and then we'll have the men's race starting very soon, like right after that.
Yeah, and I think this might be a good time for us to introduce our third MC. So Jayaka has joined us here. Some of you might know him. He's the president of Wheel Rise right now. They raced earlier today, and I'm just going to add him to the stream real quick while we're waiting for the men's.
Hello.
Hi, Jayaka. Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a short introduction for yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Jaker. I'm the Wheel Rise president currently. Excited to be here.
Great. Well, we're excited to have you here too.
Right. So it looks like the Thresher predictions actually are pretty close to the actual results.
The captains know.
Right.
Yeah, we pay attention.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to tomorrow's races to see what happens.
Right.
Yeah. No, that was definitely an exciting race, and I think Yeah, I could tell the comment thread going crazy as well. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm glad I was not looking at the comments during the race. No offense to the comments during the race. People, yeah, people are very, very excited and have a lot of respect for the individual residential colleges. And so, the track is popping off because of it.
Yeah. Well, Jayaka definitely seems to be well-liked in the chat.
Jayaka, how was it like being on the track for the first race?
Well, see, I've never experienced a beer bike before, so it was pretty exhilarating.
Was it?
Yeah. I was close to the start line with the other presidents, just waving the flags and yelling. It was a really great time. But yeah, I have to admit, I was really confused at the first false start by the first Hanson biker.
Oh, was there a false start?
Yeah, at least that was my understanding. They redid the first lap. So both Will Rice and Baker both chugged and biked twice for that first round.
Wait, what?
Okay, I don't know if I've explained this again. So Hanson essentially started biking before the chug was complete, or before the chug had even started. I was kind of unclear. So they just redid the whole first lap. So Baker and Will Rice, both the first chugger and first biker, had to do the lap twice.
Oh, interesting.
So
we did not notice that on this end.
Yeah, I guess it was sort of hard to see, but yeah. So I've been hearing some
I'd like to hear.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to hear how that might have affected, Hanson performance, if anyone from Hanson wants to. Right, because Hanson also would have started and they had to restart. So I wonder how that. Jack, I gave you a shout out. You missed it. I shouted out Jack earlier. Sorry, in the chat.
Yeah. Also, maybe this is good information to just go over the judging situation. So I've been updated by RPC about the judges that are currently around on the track. So there are 3 judges, one for each team. There are 3 start judges, and 3 finish judges, again, one for each team. And there are 2 track judges that I imagine are around on the track. Yeah, sorry, just a quick update on that, because I think there were some questions about that.
Yeah, from what I saw, there were sort of 2 track judges that were near the curves, and then there was a flag system for the chug and the start line.
Okay.
I like Jared's post. Shout out to all the FNP staff members, everyone who works for Rice, for all their hard work, especially during the pandemic. Shout out to them.
Yeah, big shout out to H&D as well.
Yeah, big shout out to H&D.
Yeah, for sure. Beer Bike would not have been possible without the help of so many people, of course, including, of course, the participants, but especially this year, where there were so many unusual things about it. Personally, I'd like to give a shout out to Brian from Brown, Pokemon Go buddy there.
Okay, so the Pat just updated us. He said the men are currently warming up on the track right now. So we can, seeing some bikers getting warmed up, getting a feel for the wind, getting their legs going. Nope. No. You want to big screen the chat?
Yeah, all right, there we go.
Instead of big screen, Jaker. We love you, Jaker.
Jones
not that
is
much.
in a tight pod coming to the first curve.
I like that. I like the camaraderie in the biking.
It's very intimidating, I have to say. Hanson was doing the same thing earlier this morning.
I guess that's what the cool kids do.
Well, they were very successful. I don't know how you guys showed up over here, but the Hanson men lapped both Baker and Will Rice this morning. It was quite a sight to behold.
Quite incredible. The athletic performance of some of these students, and it's quite impressive given that not all of them are even cyclists. Some of them are just athletic people who happen to just be really fast. Yeah. And you put them on a bike, and they're still really fast people.
Yeah.
Really good runners, really good swimmers, people who do crews, so rowing, translates really well to biking sometimes. And then we have, of course, the people who spend hours on the track, have put in over 10,000 miles on a bicycle, and it shows, and their performance shows.
It really does.
Yeah, with these sub 2-minute mile times for the men and the sub 1:30, 2/3 of a mile for girls. Story is it that some of the Hanson men ended up going over 36 miles per hour on the track this morning.
That's crazy.
It was really fast. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the men in this race ended up going, just as fast.
Yeah, seconding Pat in the chat, I'm really interested to see how the Jones men sort of take this on. Because Hanson really, big time this morning.
Yeah, incredible, really incredible.
Yeah. I believe the next race will be starting at 12:50 Central Time. Or at least that's what RPC has told me. So we've got about 13 minutes till then, which I imagine is good time for bikers to warm up, chuggers to get ready, and for the audience, if any of you would like to use this as a quick toilet break, this would be a great time.
Answering Maria's question in the chat, so the men's race was completely unaffected by what could have been a false start by Hanson in the women's race. So I don't see anything aside from chug penalties maybe for the men's race.
Yeah, it's always interesting when the penalties come in, because you can't really dispute them, but hopefully maybe this year, if you have it on camera, you might be able to. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up being applied, what the judges decide.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. You have them both, right? You get the on-track wins, and you get the wins once all the cards are settled.
Right.
And so it's nice, and sometimes it's fun to compare the two and the differences that can happen from logistical issues and errors.
For sure. I didn't notice any sort of egregious chug penalties this morning, but I was admittedly very far away.
Yeah, and it can be hard to tell. And
Sure.
Sometimes it depends on how much the judges, what they consider excessive spilling. Like, is one drop excessive? Like, how many drops is excessive spilling?
Right.
Can really be, sometimes up to interpretation. But we all want dry chugs.
Right.
We want no spills in an ideal world. It just goes down the hatch.
Great.
Yeah.
Also, just a quick update on, well, not really update, but clarification about the chuggers for people who are perhaps unfamiliar with how this works. So the moment the chug is finished, the chugging judges raise a flag, and that sends the signal to people on the track to throw the bikers, and they can get started.
And for those, throwing, it only consists of 2 people who we call our pit crew. They hold either side of the bike. So you have a biker, a pit crew, on the other side, another pit crew, and they just walk the person and give them a good toss, just a good push on the back. And it gives the bikers a chance to get clipped in so they're not having to worry. We have specialized shoes that clip into the pedals so that our foot are locked to the pedals, so that when we bike, the pedals come with it. And so, the pit crew is there to stabilize us and to get us going. And that's what we're calling our throw.
Right. I don't know if you guys saw it this morning, but I think the 4th Baker woman had a bit of a bad throw and wobbled off and had to restart. So it definitely makes
so that was the 4th rider. Okay, we weren't sure which. We knew it was Baker, but we weren't sure.
I think it was the 4th. Admittedly, it's been already kind of a long day, but
hopefully she wasn't injured or anything.
I didn't notice anything. She seemed fine. She touched it out, got right back on. It's very impressive.
She biked. Wow. She biked after that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That is impressive.
Okay.
That's
incredible. I'm happy then. Then she seems like she was okay.
That was very impressive. Yeah.
And I don't know, at least every time I crash, I always get a little like shooken up afterwards. It can be scary to fall over on your bicycle. So
For sure.
kudos to her for being so brave and getting right back on that bike.
Okay, so there's a. Okay, so I think a lot of fans still very excited in the chat as well.
Yes, the chat's very funny. Oh, okay. Be nice. Yeah, be nice in the chat, but y'all are funny. Also, I want to give a second round shout out to my cat. This is Pumpkin. She spends a lot of time playing with my bike, which I keep inside.
So are you suggesting that she should be a member of the McMurtry bike team too?
She could
Perhaps
be our
we need
unofficial
a pet
mascot.
bike.
I'll dress her like a banana. Okay, I'll let her go back to sleep. She sits next to me, and that's like her favorite spot. So I have to put like a chair next to me so that she can have somewhere to sit.
So Jayaka, did you have to get up at 4 a.m. today to coordinate activities at Will Rice, or?
Oh, thankfully no. Ironically, my bike chain fell off last night. I was just trying to get home, so it's been a little while.
That is a little ironic. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you. I had some Will Racers help me out. Yeah, our bike team is relatively knowledgeable about bikes.
Surprise.
But I had a bit of a late night, so I just went straight to the track this morning. From what I heard, campus wasn't too crazy, so.
That's good. I'm glad. People are being somewhat safe.
But there have been a number of jacks that happened last night.
Oh.
Anything notable?
I mean, I guess I define notable. I'd like to say Bartel, did a really bang-up job with the South last night, taping a lot of tables together. Notably, I think all of the Will Rice tables were flipped over and taped with masking tape.
Oh, boy.
And I heard a similar thing happened to Baker. So
who has to clean up the tables when they get like flipped?
So officially, right, generally the jack rules are that the college that conducts the jack comes back and cleans it up. But I have some toilet paper in my Will Rice quad and some tables that beg to differ with that.
Called out. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all in good. I'm just glad that we were able to have jacks as a sort of a Rice tradition for the week.
I think it definitely keeps a significant part of the fun and beer bike for everyone.
Yeah, I
yes,
agree.
The Rice War Pig was stolen.
Was it returned?
The Weiss War Pig? Oh.
Yeah. Is it still stolen? I guess.
I saw the Weiss president with it this morning, so I think it's been back. But.
Nice.
Okay, well, we're 5 minutes out from the race now, so we're pretty close. Let's see if there's any action on the chug stance. There we go. Okay, I think it's just people getting ready.
Is he working out?
What?
The guy who he stopped, but he was like jumping up and down or like pushing himself up and down.
Oh, there were a lot of jumping jacks going on this morning. I think the chuggers are really getting into it, loosening up the muscles.
That is so funny. I don't know if it helps. If there's any chuggers in the chat and want to say if jumping jacks and other workouts help you chug faster, let us know. No, it's not a live pig.
Yeah, perhaps we should have clarified about that Wise War Pig tradition a bit more.
Yeah, it's not a real pig.
I understand it's a lot of wood and cardboard.
Oh, I thought it was a metal pig. It's a wooden pig?
I think a metal pig would have been. It's pretty large. Would have been kind of hard to blow around.
To move.
That's
Oh, yeah.
fair.
Okay, it seems like the chuggers are getting in position,
Okay, well.
or at least one chugger is getting in position.
For a quick recap
Brown.
of the Thresher predictions for this race, Jones is supposed to come in first, then Brown, then Weiss, with pretty significant margins in between, about 5 other colleges in this prediction. So,
Oh, wow.
So, let's see. We'll see what happens. Will they meet expectations, or will some underdog overtake?
It's always the exciting part.
I like to see everyone getting so excited, getting so warmed up. I like seeing the girl dancing. She's fun. I want to be her friend.
For tomorrow, would it be possible to have a camera on track level looking at riders? We're gonna speak to the team behind the cameras about it after today. I think that there's a limit to kind of where they can place the cameras, because obviously they want to avoid impeding movement and stuff. But we'll keep you guys updated. Riders getting into position. That's good to know. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So as soon as the first finish chugging, we'll toggle back to the track.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, why is Brown team car blue? I think it's supposed to be gray. Unclear. But okay.
Okay, they're starting now. I've got word from RPC.
And they're going.
Okay.
Chug.
Check. And they're gone. Okay, to the track, to the track.
To the track. Okay.
Okay, pretty similar starts.
Yeah, pretty similar start.
Let's see. Okay, it looks like Jones is coming out ahead. Jones takes an early lead, followed by Weiss, and then Brown right behind.
Right. So this is the same order, right? With Weiss being closest to the center of the track, and Jones in the middle, and Brown on the outside.
Yep.
Yes.
And it looks like Jones is far and away just already taking that straight away.
Okay, you want to toggle?
Yep.
There we go. Yes, Jones has right, I'm assuming that's Jones with the initial pretty far ahead lead.
Right.
And then for everyone who isn't familiar, the men are going to do 3 laps, which is about a mile. And they should be around anywhere between 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 30 seconds to do that mile.
Right.
Oh.
Jones and all 3 of them have just completed their first laps.
First lap. With, Weiss is trailing behind, and Brown is in the middle. And it looks to be an even distance split between Jones, Brown, and Weiss.
It's very visually satisfying, I have to say.
Yeah. Okay, you want to talk? Let's toggle and see Jones.
Yep. Sorry. Okay.
Lychee. Yeah.
Okay,
so
all 3 of them are in frame now.
It's a pretty equal. They've maintained. No one has surmounted or seemed to have fallen farther behind.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. That's a pretty big initial lead from Jones. That's a speedy man to go first.
Just gonna cut back to this.
Also, it's interesting to note that it does not seem much drafting has occurred in the races so far. That's something the captains have been talking a lot about. Drafting is essentially when you go right behind another biker and it gives you like a bit of an edge because it's easier. You get they're like a windshield. But we haven't seen that too much. It seems like the distances, the spreads have been pretty far.
Yeah, and I think that's perhaps a function of only 3 teams being on the track rather than the typical 12.
Oh, Brown seems to be coming in on Jones.
Right.
Okay,
this could be exciting. So this is the end of their 3rd lap, right?
Yeah.
So
and that was close.
The chuggers could make a huge difference here. Let's see what's going on there. Oh, sorry, the chugging already finished. That's completely on me. I missed that.
Okay, yeah, Jones has kept the lead.
And
then
I think they're extending that lead right now as well.
Yeah, it looks like they have. Oh wow, look at that Jones guy go. And then here's Weiss coming, trailing behind. That's a pretty
I feel like
big
this Weiss guy is pretty fast. It might just be me, but
Well, We'll see. Let's see if he can.
We'll see. Yeah.
Let's see if he can pick up some ground. Definitely a good initial acceleration. Jones has definitely extended their lead from Brown.
Ooh, yeah, that's significant. Okay, so
It's
and
always
Weiss
interesting.
just coming in past that.
Jones seemed to have a half a lap lead over Weiss at this point, quarter over Brown.
It's always interesting to see like which order teams put their bikers. Like, will they put their fastest biker first? Will they put their fastest biker last? It's always interesting to see where they put people. But it seems like maybe Brown's first guy was maybe faster than their second guy, given that lead is, or maybe
It's
Jones'
growing.
second guy.
Yeah, or maybe Jones
that lead
just
is
had a really
growing.
strong
Right.
second
Top
biker.
two,
That's a good
yeah.
point.
Because that lead is definitely, well, I guess just look at it. It's massive.
So the guy coming in now, is that Jones?
That's
Jones.
Jones.
Jones?
I think
Starting
this
lap
is
3.
starting lap 3. Yeah.
Yep. So
And Brown
And then
behind.
Brown.
followed by Weiss.
Weiss almost 3/4 of a lap behind.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jones like starts lapping Weiss by the third biker.
Yeah. Just be quick.
It could definitely happen. And yeah, so that's Brown that we see right now.
The chug.
Yeah, there's Weiss, and yeah, look at Jones coming. Oh yeah, he's coming in. Okay, yeah, Jones just finished their third lap.
Jones chug. Good. Should be launching their third biker very soon.
Oh, they waited. What is this delay?
Okay.
That was
An issue with the flags.
Yeah, that was a significant delay, I thought.
a significant delay between when at least I saw the chug finish and that biker start.
I'm with you.
I mean, they have a pretty sizable lead, but that might hurt them in their quest to take on Hansen.
Yes. And Brown just launched their third.
And then is this Weiss coming in now?
Yes.
Show us the chugs. I'm really sorry. I just keep missing them.
The chugs happen. Those men are chugging those cans in less than 5 seconds. It's really hard to catch them.
They're quick.
But you should be able to see it in the corner.
And here's Jones about to lap Weiss.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the third, right?
Wow.
This is the third biker, yes,
all teams,
for all
yeah.
3 teams.
And this is the first lap for Weiss and the second lap for Jones for their third biker.
Okay.
Right? And then there goes Brown.
So Brown's finished. So yeah, Brown just finished their first lap, I imagine.
Yeah, Brown just finished the first lap. I can't see who's ahead. Is that?
I think Jones lap wise is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jones lapped and is extending that lead in their lap. So yeah, this is the final lap for the Jones third.
And for Weiss, there will be their second lap.
Yeah.
And I think Brown should be
Coming.
just starting their final lap now as well.
It looks like the chuggers are getting ready for Brown. We might want to toggle back to the other.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, there goes Brown. Oh wait, Brown's starting their third lap. Yes.
Yeah, Brown starting. So I think we're gonna see some chug action in a bit as the Jones.
Yeah, Jones is coming in now.
Yeah.
So the chugging should start 40 yards out, 30 yards out, ready, set, chug, and he's done.
And it's done.
And that was it. That was the chug.
Right.
That was so quick. And he's out.
Okay, so the fourth biker from Jones is out.
And then yeah, Weiss is starting their third lap. That Jones has a big lead.
Jones
Wow.
definitely does.
Incredible performance by Jones.
I want to switch back to the other view of the track.
Yeah, sorry.
I was waiting for Brown, but I don't
Yeah,
see
same.
where is Brown?
They're coming in now.
Yeah, I think
okay, that's
the
Brown
third-
coming in.
Right. So
we want to see a bit of
Chug done.
chug action. Oh, and it's done.
There goes.
Yep, and Brown is
fourth.
out. And so is this, sorry, I'm getting lost. Is this a third lap for the fourth biker for Jones?
I thought it would be the second.
Yeah, I think it's the second lap.
It's the second lap?
Yeah.
And then, right, so this is the first lap for the fourth biker for Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a lot of syllables
Great.
coming at you.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So here's Jones coming in, about to start their third lap.
Yeah, and a crazy lead from Jones.
And that's-
get this timelines up.
Is that's Brown? Wait, is Brown catching up to them? I'm slightly confused here.
I don't know. That looks to be Brown. Did Brown make up that much ground?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe they might have, to be honest.
They
Like,
might have. Yeah,
if
they
so,
might
that would
have.
be huge. If they then they still have a chance of.
Yeah, it'll be closer than we thought it would be for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. And then where's Weiss? Is that Weiss?
I
that
think
is-
this person passing by
Yeah, that's
the pit
Weiss.
now is Weiss. Yeah.
Oh, and then here comes Jones. So
Oh.
Jones is starting their fifth biker.
Ah, I couldn't get the chug in time. I'm sorry, guys. Oh.
Okay, okay, yes, and Jones is off. Okay, this will let us know how far away it's, wait, is that?
Can I see? Oh, no.
there's
So I
Brown.
think Jones lapped
Wait.
Brown.
Oh, yes, Jones lapped Brown.
Okay.
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Jones has a huge lead then. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we can see Brown's little guy going. Oh man, what a race. And then where's Weiss? Don't tell me Jones is about to double lap Weiss.
Yeah, I think that's what we're
That
going to
does
see
seem to
on
be the
screen
case.
right now.
That does, oh my goodness. Wow. Again,
Weiss is still on their fourth biker.
yes. Right, they're still in the pit. They're both Weiss and Brown are on their fourth biker. We can see them. We can see the fifth biker in the pit.
So who's coming in right now? For...
I think that's Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, see Brown.
Brown's chugging,
chug, and
and
done.
off.
Wow, there's been big delays between chugging and going, but there he goes. There's Brown's fifth biker's out, and Weiss is still waiting for their to release their fifth. Really, really outstanding performance.
So is the Jones biker coming to his final lap now? I think he is.
I think we'll see soon. We will see soon.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes Weiss, starting their fifth biker. The lead between Brown and Weiss is also fairly large. I mean, right, it was predicted in the Thresher, and it seems to be coming true.
The bike captains definitely know their stuff.
Yeah. So there's Brown.
I think Jones might be coming in now for the.
I think you're right. Well, let's see if
Yes.
Jones.
Yeah, that's Jones coming in. Okay.
Well, there we have it. Jones wins the second bout.
By a truly outstanding margin.
Truly outstanding margin. Truly. Because we got more laps to see between this Brown and Weiss. Okay, so there's Weiss. And so is Brown about to lap Weiss? Or
Right, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, Brown is coming very close to lapping Weiss. Really, really crazy stuff happening. But I think Jones deserved it. They have spent a lot of time on the track, biking together, doing long rides as a team. And that kind of commitment, that kind of dedication, it really pays off on the track.
It definitely has today.
Yeah, planning early, having good team camaraderie, it helps. It works. It really works. And you can see, on the track, we can see the differences different bike cultures can make. Some residential colleges just take it more seriously than others. And it is that it is how it is. Whatever the phrase is. I'm sorry to.
Also, Brown is finishing and Weiss is just starting their third.
Yeah. Yep. Weiss has one more lap and Brown is done. I will say, I've been there when we had the mixed in and the girl fell. I was the last person biking, and I was biking alone for the last lap. And it can be a little disheartening. And you just kind of keep going because you have to, and it's the right thing to do. But I feel for this last Weiss biker. That is all to say.
Yeah.
I guess, can we toggle? Let's see him come in.
Yeah.
So according to just, right, no checking penalties, no nothing, but by pure time alone, Jones beat Hansen by 2 seconds.
Ooh. Tight.
And again, the wind may have played a big difference in this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when penalties are, settled.
Wait, is the Weiss guy going for a third lap? What's happening?
It may be.
I don't understand.
He may be taking a victory lap, like a cooldown lap. Unsure.
Okay, that might.
I guess a victory lap is a big word, but y'all know what I meant. He may just be
a cooldown lap. Yeah, that was the case this morning. Some of the last bikers were definitely taking cooldown.
In traditional years, it is very normal for the last biker to take that extra lap. I was surprised to see so many bikers come in. Finish like everyone else finished. I will be playing it safe and telling my last girl to just at least go through. If they don't want to finish that whole lap, that's them, but at least go through, finish the start line, blow past it. But yeah, outstanding performance by these three teams.
Yeah, great job, everyone.
Yeah, great job, everyone.
And
very impressive from all three, but especially from Jones.
Yeah, shout out to the alternates, shout out to the chuggers, shout out to pit crew, and for everyone else who has helped to make this possible.
Yeah.
Very exciting time.
And I don't know, are there any festivities planned for the colleges this afternoon?
I'm sure some colleges will be having events. I've heard of multiple having sort of, I think Will Rice has a mechanical bowl for one, but I think there'll definitely be some things going on, and definitely some jacks. But that should be it on the track.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was an amazing experience. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. At the link that was sent out previously. The Sunday link that was sent out. I apologize for the technical difficulties with the change in link. Hopefully that doesn't happen. David Pillinch, big shout out to him for fixing the situation so quickly. I owe that man a beer and almost certainly a bike too, I feel, given how much he's done for us. Otherwise I'll be back here tomorrow with Jayaka, and I guess we'll see Alicia on the track. Yeah,
come back and watch, the rest of the team's bike, and shout out to McMurtry, shout out to 5C Suites. They just asked me to. And also, excited to, for y'all to see me on the track tomorrow.
Yes, I'm sure that will be a good race. I think people have high hopes for McMurtry Women's, and I personally think the GSA is capable of doing well too. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, bye everyone.
Bye. Take care. Okay. Yeah. I think I may go ahead and end this broadcast right now.
Yeah.
That is okay.
See you tomorrow, Alicia.
See you, Jacob.